Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Two Sticks. My name is Scott. This is my friend Belida.
Hey.
We're going to do a music reaction today. We both really like Rush and sort of the prog rock kind of thing, and so I introduced Belida to this band named Dream Theater.
Which I like.
Which he likes, that he'd never heard of before. We're going to listen to one of their songs today. It's a long song. There's no vocals, but it's a good song. So any preliminary thoughts, Belida?
Why are we called Two Sticks? A, we both have walking sticks. I make walking sticks, right? And fighting sticks and all kinds of things. This is a short fighting club.
This isn't my official stick, but this is another one that Belida gave.
There's the striking end, right? But you know, there's this tradition, I think it's Native American, where you have a stick and it gets passed around the tribe and everybody that's holding talks, and you know, other people have to listen, but here we are, we're both talking. So.
No, we're not taking turns at all, really, but that's okay. So we're going to start the song in 3, 2, 1.
What's the song called, by the way?
This song is called Stream of Consciousness.
Alright. It's got that dramatic beginning, you know, something's going to happen, right?
I love that guitar intro, too. That's pretty sweet. Check out the album cover, too, man. It's pretty surreal,
pretty spooky.
Right?
You got like this eye. Oh! Okay. Remember that goat horde concert we went to? Where the stage lights burst out and there was smoke and everything? You know, I just picture. My first impressions, well, you know, that's straight up heavy metal all the way through and through. It's funny because, you know, you moved in the building next door, and you know, we got talking and stuff, and I'm like, people still listen to heavy metal? That stuff is still around? You know, that was like my age, you know, my era. This is old school classic heavy metal, the kind of stuff you play when you're trying to do a squat day or bench press day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, how did I not catch this?
So, a lot of heavy metal, like, obviously it had its heyday in the 80s, that's sort of like your era, but then after that, grunge kind of took over.
80s, 90s.
Grunge kind of took over, and
right.
A lot of metal went underground, and these guys were never really a band you'd hear on the radio. You know?
Yeah, I'm like, how did I not catch this? Because, you know, I at the time I was like, oh, grunge, you know, not bad. There's a bunch of new stuff. I'm like, guess I'll just listen to my old metal tapes when I work out because there's no new good stuff. Let's play.
Look at this sucker.
Remember, it's a walking stick, it's a weapon, it's a fashion statement. You can tell it's building up to some kind of crescendo, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a warm-up. The playing stands out, right? When I hear it, it sounds very much like Metallica. You know, it's got a "You're just a desperate man." You know, that's what it reminds me of. You know, it's like Metallica, the Black album. You know.
Yeah. Train of thought. This might have been like Dream Theater's, because they had another really famous one before this called Images and Words that kind of put them on the map. And this album was a little bit darker than Images and Words.
Yeah, yeah. This prog thing you introduced me, like I had, you know, it's a new term to me.
It just means that instead of it being like, you know how Metallica is kind of straightforward sometimes, they have like two guitarists, you know, bassist, drummer. Prog bands tend to use other instruments. They might use keyboard, or you know, they might use violins or whatever. They might throw different, and then the structures of the songs, like you notice this is like an 11-minute song.
Right.
Their songs might be more complicated. It may not follow the typical verse, chorus, verse structure.
Gotcha. So it's for me new and experimental, even though this is old. To
yeah.
Yeah, I could see putting this on my MP3 player and doing intervals, you know, going on the Katy Trail and running, trying to get faster, trying. Okay, now Katy. We bought that guitarist.
The guitarist last name is John Petrucci.
Petrucci.
He's a guitar virtuoso, worldwide, international acclaim. Like, there's not very many accolades in the guitar world that he hasn't earned. And
when you introduced me to them, I checked him out on Wikipedia, and it was like they actually do warm-ups, and they're really dedicated to practicing even when they're on tour. And so that's like as a martial artist, that's like the difference between someone who gets up and does his favorite things and then goes and does, say he's a competitor, he competes.
Yeah.
Between the person who's like, I'm going to do this the rest of my life, even when I'm 80 years old, I'm going to get up and do basics. So I really like that, and shows.
Keyboardist Jordan Davis is also globally for his skills.
Yeah. Well, where'd that come from?
I know, right?
What is that? What is that? A xylophone?
I know.
What kind of bell?
There's a triangle, I think.
Okay. Yeah, who thinks of a triangle in heavy metal? Elbows.
It's like classic shred right here.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the shredding aspect of, I guess, harder music? Do you think it adds to the music, or do you think it's kind of just like mindless showboating?
Music is mindless showboating.
It can be, yeah.
People get into music to showboat, to express, to get laid, to make money, because they like it, because they can't stop it. Shredding, I mean, if you can do it, do it. It's sort of like, look how fast my fingers are. Yeah. It adds speed to the music, so if you want to create excitement, once people start shredding, it kind of sounds like other shredding. It's either there or it isn't, I wouldn't want an album
really
of nothing.
Mundane, yeah.
I wouldn't want an album of nothing but shredding.
What would that be like? You just turn it on and the guy's like for like 50 minutes,
yeah, but
never lets up.
No, this is how my mind
that's called
works.
Yngwie Malmsteen. I think that's who does that.
Yeah, but this is what I would do. I would have one guy on bass shredding, one guy on electric guitar shredding, one guy on a Arabic oud shredding, right? Another guy on a Turkish saz, another guy on Spanish guitar, and they'd be shredifying shreddily. It would be shreddily increasing in shred. Instead of Shrek, the album would be called Shreds. Okay, this is the funny part, because the way these chairs are set up, I'm actually taller than him. So you guys are thinking, oh, okay, stand up for a second. Just figured I'd let you guys know. For once in my life, I'm the taller guy. This is usually the part in a death metal concert when someone's like, gets all Cookie Monster.
It's all growly. Yeah.
I call it Cookie Monster music.
The growliness, it's an acquired taste for sure. But yeah, I don't really like Singer in Dream Theater. Some people do, but so I picked a song where there's no vocals.
Okay.
But I like everybody else.
Okay. If this was an action movie soundtrack, this is the part where the special forces team is all geared up, ready to go in and assault like some alien compound, and and all of a sudden like this robot thingy pops up and it's got like mad lasers popping out of its head, and all of a sudden, and
I always imagine
everybody starts shooting things.
They
up.
one of that part where the keyboards are going like over and over.
Mm-hmm.
I always imagine some crazy aerial shot and like a squadron of planes moving over some vast swamp somewhere, or maybe like some
ready to blow up the alien compound.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're both sci-fi fans, so You know, although if I found an alien compound, I wouldn't want to blow it up. I'd be more like, hey,
would it be diplomatic? There might be an opportunity there. You never know. They might be friendly.
I'd like to put some alien technology. You know what I mean?
Some alien culture. You know?
Yeah, who knows? Like in their culture, this might be like Shakespeare or something.
Yeah, we'll probably review this year, right?
What if like shredding is the universal language? You know?
Oh my god.
You get a message from outer space that's like.
Yeah, we're all like, no, it's got to be mathematics.
Turns out to be shred.
Yeah, it's geometry. All their songs are.
No, here we go. That's bass guitar. It's almost like James Bond music right there, you know?
Secretive and kind of sly. Right there, that's like that bass guitar and that whole thing. It feels like somewhere someone's channeling Alex Lifeson. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It feels like that.
It is. You can tell all of these guys were big Rush fans. Big Rush nerds.
And it's been a while. Who's the guitarist for Megadeth?
Dave Mustaine.
So it's kind of like if you clone some DNA from Dave Mustaine and Alex Lifeson, and that would be their bastard stepchild, like their bastard clone child, so to speak.
Yeah, and then you can tell the guy that's the drummer for this band, Mike Portnoy, is trying really hard to be Neil Peart. With all these crazy drum fills and
if you're gonna try to be something,
tempo changes.
If you're gonna try to be something in the drum world, that's not a bad person to try to be.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, watch. There's a million people hating on us now. They're like, they're Rush fans. We don't like Rush fans.
No, man, everybody loves Rush. If you don't like Rush, don't watch our.
You don't like Rush. You see this? Boom, boom, right?
It's just not it. So what are you thinking as far as the length of the song? You think they should have cut it down to about 6 minutes?
Oh, hell no.
You think it's good the way it is?
Oh, hell no. No. No, this is opera. This is opera.
That's how I think,
This is opera. This is like, Wagner's operas. Didn't they take like 12 hours, 4 days in a row, some of them, this is opera. It's meant to be long. If you want a shorter song, listen to a shorter song. This is the song I put in when I'm like, yeah, bench press, I'm gonna go pump some iron, and I put this stuff in. And if it had lyrics, I would edit the lyrics out and blast this, and drink a bunch of coffee and eat some carbs and go, come on, get in the gym, crank it out.
Coffee and music that you like. No cigarettes, people. Kids, no coffee and cigarettes. Just coffee. Coffee and music. That's where it's at.
The cigarettes actually ruined the whole coffee experience, because if you have coffee, you can get energized and hopefully not jittery. But if you have coffee and cigarettes, you're definitely jittery, and then you got your blood pressure spiking, which may be fun for about 2 minutes. But hey, really, I like the length of the song. I like its theme, and I think it's real dynamic. There's so many influences, so I can really identify with it. But to me, it's fairly new because I kind of fell out of the metal scene. So
these guys are kind of like nerds. That's the best way I can put it. They're music nerds. They met at Berkeley College of Music. They have all these influences. They're trying to be experimental, trying to be different, but also there's an homage to sort of like the music theory side of things, I feel.
What you're describing is, how do you say, dope?
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope.
It is, man.
Feels like you're setting up for something right now, You're about to burst. Something's about to happen.
You're waiting for it.
Yeah.
You're like,
Wait for it.
what's gonna happen?
Wait for it. Wait for it. I can tell by the time bar that it feels like it's gonna be over, but the time bar tells me no. Wait for it. Wait for it. Or maybe I'm wrong. All I can say is, you know, as someone new to this, right? I feel totally at home in it because of all the influences. You know, there's part of it that's like, oh, that's definitely Metallica. You know, oh, there's some Megadeth, Rush. You know, Yngwie Malmsteen. Even I can feel these old influences, but really, you don't need to know any of that to enjoy it. I think. I put this goes into my workout album, you know, my little compilation I'll play in the background, especially if I'm trying to pump iron. You can also put this in if you're psyching yourself up before you do something, you know, like if you're stepping in the ring or the cage,
Yeah.
and you're about to fight, you put this stuff on.
Yeah.
And you're back in the hotel room, shuffling your feet, throwing your punches, you know. I don't want to mess that guy up, man. Put my fist.
John Petrucci in the background.
Right, you're like, you know what, man?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this fist straight through his nose at the back of his head. Yeah, I'll show, you know. So that's kind of, you know, I'm all charged up right now. So
Good. Man.
good stuff. Good stuff. Let's